Well, hello, Hambini fans! Wrong channel. This is Waynos Fotos, guys. But yes, we are doing a response video to Hambini. And he made a comment on his video when he was talking about how to choose the right aerodynamic wheels. He referred to a comment that he called pumping action. And some may have interpreted that as some hairstylist effect that you have when you go to the hairdressers. But I probably think it might be something different. And let's roll that intro and let's have a discussion. What the hell is pumping action? Okay, so what is pumping action? Now, pumping action is an effect that we have on the disc brake, and it's actually an effect that we want. We want it to pump air through the holes or through and around the disc. And if you actually look at a car disc, it's got two plates, and built into the center is actually a fan. So it sucks air in from the center and throws it out around the edges of the disc. And this is by design. We want this because what we're trying to do is transfer kinetic energy into heat energy, and the more we can dissipate that from the disc into the air, the less fade and the more effective the brakes work. So it's a design feature that we want, that the people who are designing the disc brakes are incorporating into the disc, and it is wanted. It's not something that we don't want. But there is a downside, and the problem with that is unlike a car where the brake is shielded, on a bicycle it's out in the open, and the power to weight ratio on a bicycle is far, far less because we haven't got a very big engine, and that's us poor guys, and mine's probably a little bit smaller than most. But the issue is that we want to minimize the drag because we've got a very small engine so we can go faster. And anything that creates drag on the bike, basically our body's the biggest drag, but if we're putting a disc brake on the bike and it's creating drag because it's creating this pumping action that is past a design feature on the bike to help keep the disc cool, it's going to slow us up even more. What are the problems with this pumping action? Now, the problem with it is as we go faster, as the bike goes faster, the disc is spinning faster and the pumping action gets more. So it's like a fan, you spin a fan faster, it pumps more air. If you spin it slow, it pumps less air. It's exactly the same thing with a disc. So as you go faster and faster and faster on the bike, this pumping action gets more and more and more. And also you have a speed factor on the disc because depending on the size of the disc, then it's going faster, or the top part of the disc is going faster than the bike. It's like a wheel. The top part of the wheel is going twice the speed of the bike. So a disc is probably doing about maybe 1.2, 1.3 at the top of the disc, going faster than the actual speed of the bike. So that's actually a percentage. So that percentage then also gets bigger as a number as we go faster. So as we try to ride faster and overcome the drag, this disc, because it's spinning more, it's actually creating more drag as we go faster. And as Hambini has commented, it's significant. So in conclusion, what we're doing is we're putting a disc on a bike, and you can think that disc brakes are fantastic and they're great. You like the feel of them, you like how easy they are to brake. That's great. But the whole physics of it is that disc is creating more drag than a rim brake bike, because a rim brake bike, first of all, it's static. It's not moving, it's not accelerating faster. It's not designed to dissipate heat. The actual caliper's not designed because the wheel is so big that we've got a much bigger area to dissipate the heat. So they just rely on the rim to dissipate the heat. Now, that disc, right, if we make it bigger, which people are talking about, and Pete talked about modifying it, yes, you can improve the baking and you can reduce the fade because the disc can dissipate more heat. But what you're actually doing is, if it's on a road bike, you're actually creating more drag, which you need to overcome to maintain the same speed. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think that disc brakes, yeah, you love them and you love the nice feel that they give and the hydraulic assistance, and They do give a really, when they're working properly, they give a really nice feel. It's the same with electric gears. They give the interface, the user interface with the disc brakes, I can't argue with that, is really nice. It feels really nice. You just, like with one little finger, you can press it and you can feel the brakes braking. And it's a really nice user interface feel. But when it comes to the physics of it, the disc brake is actually creating more drag. Okay, guys, so leave your comments down below. What do you think about this bumping action that Hambini's on about? Do you still think that it doesn't relate to bikes, it relates to something to do with going to the hairdressers? And you can give me your analysis on that down below. But I think it's to do with disc brakes, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not a fan of disc brakes. Yes, they do feel nice and they're nice to ride, but at the end of the day, there is a lot of compromises that you make for outright speed and design of the bike that you have to do with disc brakes. Okay, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it, and I will see you next vid.